Buckle up for another episode of Ghostfacers, a supernatural rewatch podcast. My name is Richard, and sitting shotgun as always is my brother in podcasting, Reed.
Would you know my name?
Oh no.
If I saw you in heaven.
Oh, why are you singing that song?
Oh, because I pushed this kid up.
Oh no. That might be the worst thing you've done, Alastair. Actually, it was me.
I can't believe I said that.
Let's get into it.
Ghostfacers! We face a ghost, we're others, we're not, we're ghosts! Ghostfacers! Stay in the kitchen when the kitchen gets hot! Ghostfacers! We face a nightmare, we face a dread! Ghostfacers! We face a faceless, we face a dead!
Welcome to Ghostfacers. Today we're discussing Season 4, Episode number 16, On the Head of a Pin.
Yeah. I thought I had something there. I was had the energy of and a joke, but there was no. Yep.
Instead of yes and, it's yes.
yeah. That's my improv approach.
Well, we've got a review.
All right.
From Jord Patrice via... I read Jorda, and then I realized there was a P in there, and then I realized it was Jord Patrice.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Jord Patrice via Apple Podcast of the US of A.
Sure.
5-star review.
All right. Good. Back up.
This is how two guys talking in German accents became my comfort show.
I mean, listen, of all the accents we could have really leaned into on this show, I'm just glad it was German somehow.
Look,
and not anything Eastern
not one,
European.
yeah, anything that would have been troubling right now.
Yeah. Can't believe that the German accents put us on the right side of history.
Yeah. God, I wouldn't have bet. I mean, what are the chances? They go on to say, the guys are such a cohesive duo. Cohesive?
Yeah.
Consistent.
You complete me.
Oh my God. Yeah. We just got back from Vancouver.
Yeah. And we're going again. No.
They have me laughing and agreeing or talk out loud to no one.
Nice.
You should talk to somebody about that. They the real thing is, do they talk back to no one? Because then you know you're in trouble.
Or no, you're right.
I was like, is this another? Are you dropping another yes and or etc.?
I'm tired. It's been a long week, man.
Sure, all right, that's a good excuse. They do a great job of exploring the lore and dissecting the episode, cracking great jokes. It's like having a peanut gallery on the back of every episode. I learned recently what peanut gallery is.
Yeah, because you were allowed to eat peanuts in the cheap seats.
Yeah, but it's worse than that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is it racial?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I didn't even feel good about saying that like that. Is it racial? Oh, no. Oh, God, I got the fucking creeps saying that.
Is it about the Orientals?
No.
Jeez, Reed.
Jesus Christ.
What's wrong with you?
Wow, what a horrible time for you to break out a pitch-perfect impression of me.
Oh, my God. Good thing we just cut that out. Not to have a chick flick moment, but I stopped listening to music after my gram passed. Oh, sorry, dude. And this podcast filled a space with fun during a hard time. Love you guys and can't wait for my Monday morning show. Love you too.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you.
Jord Patrice, we appreciate you.
Now, let's talk about how sexy the guys are. Whoa, yeah.
I am loving the, everyone reaching out to us and being like, no, we like how you do that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that 1-star review is getting lit up in our comments.
Yeah, you have no idea what you rot.
Yeah, we're going to dox you.
You know what? You say that, but I just read that New Mutants book.
Right.
And it's like, there's a whole thing about doxing mutants in there. And I'm like,
sure,
oh,
yeah.
boy. Oh, God.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Don't they all live on Krakoa now?
Yeah, but there's some that haven't gotten there yet for
okay.
a bunch of different reasons.
Welcome to the X-Men Hour.
Yeah. Hey, look, we can't talk Marvel on that other show. I don't know what that voice is or why that guy's.
Yeah. I think that was the guy that was trying to put up all those radioactive waste signs.
Hey, I'm running out of fucking money. I need to put these fucking signs
Listen,
up.
I gotta get 5 friends to also invest in my radioactive sign business.
It's like you're creating your own business.
Yeah, eventually
You get 5 more friends.
you open your own branch.
Yeah. Much like these radioactive signs, it's in the shape of a triangle.
I did for 1 week work for a multi-level marketing scam.
Really?
I mean, I guess not technically a scam other than the distribution of wealth. Like, they did legitimately, like,
Have a business?
have a business, but the structure of it was such that everyone else was doing it was very transparently, like, the wealth was not going to the people doing the work.
But was the system about getting other people to do it too?
It was, I would go cold call businesses
Yeah, spill the tea.
about like debit terminals.
Okay.
To try to sell debit terminals.
Sure, yeah.
So like this business, I guess, had like some sort of partnership with like Moneris or something like that, where like Moneris was like, you guys get people in and we'll give you the stuff to
Sure,
give.
yeah.
So like technically speaking, it's a real business because people would sign up and then they would get the terminal.
And it's not a pyramid scheme.
But well, it kind of was, because it was like, if you do really good on sales, then you're a senior salesman, and then you kind of watch that. And then if you do really good there, then you're going to be like assistant, blah, blah, blah. And then eventually we'll send you to another city and you'll open a business doing exactly this thing.
All right, yeah.
So it's like 100%
that's
multi-level marketing thing.
That's very funny. It's more steps, but it is.
Yeah, I did it for 1 week, and it was so soul crushing that I cried and wept at home and was like, I have a theater degree. What am I doing? And
I mean, I'm trying all these characters out on everyone, but it's not selling debit
yeah.
machines.
Hey, Richie
debit machines.
You'll be Richie rich if you get this
Oh my
debit
God.
machine. Yeah, it was bad.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, this episode aired March 12th, 2009, written by Ben Edlund
Oh yeah.
and directed by Mark Roll.
Why did you say it like that? Is there like an H in there?
Yeah, it's Rohl.
Probably just roll.
Roll.
Yeah, I don't know that you have to pronounce it.
It doesn't say not to.
Sure. There's nothing in the rule book.
Yeah. There's nothing in the rule book that says that a dog can't have an H in their name.
Insane pitch for an Airbud sequel.
Look, we've run out of ideas.
Hairbud.
Oh my God! But you pronounce it.
He's
air.
a hair stylist.
Yeah, that's so funny. I love that. This episode was viewed by an estimated 3.37 million viewers. That's a good number. We're
And
back up.
Back up. Was it just last week or 2
Yeah,
weeks ago?
yeah, it was
that
like
we were
two something. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're back.
Yeah, we're back, baby, from outer space.
I think this show's going to be all right.
Nah, I don't know. The jury's still out. But let's see what the promo is this week.
Sure. Well, didn't we watch it last week?
No, we didn't.
Because the one last week was like mislabeled, and it was definitely for this week's episode.
But I don't know if you watched the whole thing.
I watched most of it.
But let's watch it again.
Sure.
Shut up. Don't ruin this for me.
World's first reusable cotton swab.
Oh, am I ruining your segment?
Times more excess earwax.
We've never ruined someone's segment on the show.
Not mine. That's a travesty.
No, that's true.
Let's get started.
They sent you to torture me.
We talked about this. We talked about this off mic. Is that Alastair's voice in this one is so much more pronounced. Like the last time it was like he's doing the Alastair voice, but it feels more natural. This one is like,
You come to me on this, the day of my
Torturing.
yeah, yeah, you know where I'm going.
Yeah.
He's like, it's very like,
Yeah, it's me, Alastair. I'd like to make you an offer you can't refuse.
Stop torturing
I'll
me.
put down the knife if you pick it up.
Oh my God. Hell
yeah, the promo's actually not that bad.
No, it's a good one.
Like,
I mean, for
like
the episode.
the idea that it's kind of like a it has a ticking clock vibe, but not like technically. It's not like we have 1 hour to fix. Like, but there's like a ticking clock thing of like we need him to talk. We know you tortured people. He's killing angels, and we've got to stop it.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
I like that. I think it's a pretty good promo, actually.
Well, let's talk about the international titles for this
Sure.
episode. The title of this episode comes from the expression, how many angels can dance on the head of a pin? Some early theologians discuss this question, though some believe it may have been merely a debating exercise rather than a true academic inquiry.
Sorry, it's not a metaphor. They actually were like trying to figure out the number.
Yes.
How many angels does it take to screw in a light bulb?
Yeah,
Like, essentially is what we're doing. Because they thought angels were small or so deft and
Yes. I think
ethereal
that's
and
it,
balancing that like a bunch of full-sized angels could be on the head of one pin because they're so perfect.
I that's what I think it is, but they were never able to like.
I can't believe that that's literal. It wasn't like about like
no,
some like a metaphor for something else.
but however, other theologians
it was 7.
you-
It was 8.
other theologians use this expression mockingly as an example of questions they deemed useless because it has no practical use.
Agreed.
Therefore, it became a metaphor for an exercise in futility. Since
Utility.
whatever. Futility.
Oh my god.
Finish him.
That's when you start the match and it tells you you're gonna lose.
And it just ends.
Yeah.
They're like, based on your skill set and this.
Futility. Futility. That's so funny.
What a terrible way to have like a fighting game. You try to do it and they're like, futility.
Yeah.
You can't win this. We saw the
The
last fight.
sensors in the controller know you're not cut out for this.
I mean, look, gaming is going to get there at some point. Since Dean was forced to torture Alastair without anything useful coming from the act, the metaphor fits for this episode.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Sure. Fair enough.
But how does everybody else name their episode?
Wow. Are we changing up the name of the segment?
Yeah, how did everybody name the episode across the world? So weird Saturday night episode.
Saturday energy. It's so weird.
So
We're such creatures of habit. You throw one little change in and the whole rhythm goes out the fucking window.
I mean, just wait till somebody listens to the episode that we recorded in Vancouver.
They did already.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
last week.
And it was bad.
Yeah. I think it's fine.
Except for where we stopped at some
Except
point.
for where we had to record the rest 14 hours later. Yeah.
Yeah. So who got it the closest? Well, Brazil and Italy.
Sure.
And
Probably just also on the head of a pin.
on the tip of a pin.
Oh, okay.
On the tip of the pin is
Yeah,
actually what
the
I call
tip,
it.
the head.
The shaft.
Yeah, on the shaft of a pin.
On the base of the pin.
Oh my god.
they
All
got-
the way down there?
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
Let's see what Hungary's got for us, though.
Oh, it's got to be like tap dance, angel monkeys.
Jesus.
I don't know.
Uriel, what are you doing here?
Hey, you mud monkeys.
So bad.
It's pretty fucked up. For a made-up term, it's
Yeah.
pretty fucked up.
No, the Hungarian title is actually interrogation.
Sure.
That works.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Glad that they actually still call it interrogation and not like interview.
Yes.
Like something more banal.
What's funny is there's still one more left.
France?
Germany.
Oh, what did we call this episode?
Something very normal, obviously.
It must be because at the moment we are history's greatest heroes.
I mean, they are like supplying ammunition, I think, to Ukraine.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the only context in which you want to see German arms crossing borders.
No, we were bringing it to them. We were bringing them.
We were delivering it. It's part of the personal service we provide.
Yeah.
Our friends in Poland asked very nicely if we could deliver the tanks and the guns and the uniforms and
We gave them all high fives.
the hospitality.
We waved high, and then we gave them high fives. It's all a part of it.
Jesus Christ. What's the German one?
The German one is weird because it's about the very end of the episode.
Okay. Betrayal.
More literal, but also kind of coy and
An
cute.
angel did it.
Kind of. It's devilish angel.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, pulling a real France here, Germany. A sentence we could only say on this show this deep in.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, those were the international titles this week.
Interesting.
Some of the featured music. We have one song, which is actually not the song that plays, but it was sung.
Okay.
It's Cheek to Cheek
Oh,
by
yeah.
Frank Sinatra.
Heaven.
I'm
in heaven. And my heart beats so that I can hardly speak.
So good. Oh my God. I can't wait to talk about it.
Yeah.
This episode, TV Guide describes it as someone is using Lucifer's sword to kill angels. That's
Never
not
comes
true.
up. Literally, those words are never said.
No. It's also not true.
It's both not true and never said.
Yeah.
Taking some serious liberties, marketing department. I
But
guess,
also-
because
yeah.
you sent it to TV Guide.
Yes. As we found out.
Yeah, it's just fully not true.
Wow. Castiel and Uriel ask Dean to use the torturing skills he learned in hell to obtain information from a likely suspect.
Yeah.
True. But
Yes.
that first part, not.
Not even close.
Nope.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah, wild.
Well, I can't wait to talk about this episode. But before we do, why don't we open up Dad's journal and learn about some of the real world lore
Yeah,
about
what's the fucking point?
torture?
No.
Oh, is this the one?
You know what you did.
God, you were going to wait this long to talk about
This
him?
is a very Uriel-centric episode.
I mean, that much more than all the other ones?
Again, my point was
Is this
Uriel.
the-
Uriel shows up in multiple episodes, and you fucking blew your fucking Uriel wad in the episode. The only episode that Samhain shows up. It was reasonable for me to pick Samhain lore for that episode, but no, you just had to fucking chomp on this lunch over here and just fucking spew your stupid goddamn garbage about Uriel.
Remember that time we went to Vancouver and we had a great time together?
I wish I could.
Could talk about Alastair this episode. He's really prominent here. What you got? Do you have nothing? Did you really do nothing?
I told you in that episode, I'm not doing it for this one.
Wow. Not torture, like the history of torture? Could have been a really important one. Why is your computer even open then?
Because I actually did write quite a bit.
Yeah, you son of a bitch, I knew it. Is it up on torture?
No.
What is it?
It's Uriel. I'm doing it anyway. Fuck you. Let's see what the lore says about Uriel, you son of a bitch.
I can't wait for some new information. This is exciting.
I don't give a shit if it's new or not. I'm just doing it because it's spite and fuck you. That's why.
Great for the listeners.
Listen up, you savage.
Let me hear about Uriel for the first time.
Yeah. I mean, could you just imagine how nice it would be if I just got to do my fucking job?
This isn't your job.
Do you know what? I'm going to say it right now.
Yeah.
There's more than one betrayal that happens in this episode. There's the one that happens in Supernatural, and there's the one that happens here.
I mean, that happened a few episodes ago.
Well, it's happening again. It feels real to me.
So what's Dad's journal say about Uriel?
Uriel is a named angel appearing in Jewish and Christian apocryphal texts. So most angels in general, not named specifically in like the canon Bible, which is so funny going through like different stuff for the research where they talk about like what is considered canon. Like religion's just a bunch of fucking dorks, a bunch of fucking comic book dorks going like, that's actually not canon. That was an Elseworld story. It's an Elseworld story where Uriel shows up.
Yeah, but during the crisis level event when Jesus was
Oh God, what would I do to get a crisis on
Christus?
Fucking funny.
Holy shit.
Christ is on Infinite Earths. That's very funny. Uriel is an extremely powerful angel sometimes considered an archangel alongside Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael. In Russian Orthodox, I guess they have like 7 major archangels, and Uriel is considered to be among them. In the Anglican, branch of Christianity, they believe Uriel is the 4th archangel, like ranked. His name in Hebrew means fire of God or light of God, and as such, Uriel is considered to be like an angel of like terror and wrath, among other things. In some Jewish traditions, he's known as the angel of thunder and earthquakes, wielder of the fiery sword who stands at the gates of Eden.
Is it Thoriel?
Yeah. You want me to put the fiery sword down? In some versions, it's thought that maybe he's the one that drove Adam and Eve out of the Garden of Eden.
Because he's like, it's Adam and Steve.
Yeah, Uriel's kind of a scumbag. Yeah. In the Apocalypse of Peter, Uriel is described as the angel of repentance, who is, quote, as pitiless as any demon.
Oh,
which is pretty fucked. He's also said in some kind of apocryphal text to hold the key to the pit in the end times. He's referred to as being one of the holy angels who is over the world and over Tartarus. So like he's like an angel like guarding hell.
Whoa. He can have the key to my pit.
Easy.
Talking about a holy angel.
I want to read an extremely warlike Anglican intercessional prayer. Prayer specifically to Uriel.
Oh, okay.
That reads, "Oh, Holy Saint Uriel, intercede for us that our hearts may burn with the fire of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. Assist us in cooperating with the graces of our confirmation, that the gifts of the Holy Spirit may bear lots of fruit in our souls. Obtain for us the grace to use the sword of truth to pare away all that is not in conformity to the most adorable will of God in our lives, that we may fully participate in the army of the church militant. Amen."
Whoa.
Deeply fucked.
It's adorable.
It's adorable.
I love my little Uriel.
for the adoration.
Yeah. Uriel.
Sorry, canon to our podcast, Elmer Fudd is an Anglican.
Oh, it's a good.
Oh, yes, I follow the doctrine of Henry VIII.
It was very, very bad.
I love divorce.
Oh, no.
I have 3 ex-wives who would agree.
I have 3 ex-wives.
We're nailing these Elmer Fudd impressions.
Yeah. No, it was not good.
Never mind.
Heaven, I'm in heaven. My heart beats so that I can hardly speak.
Uriel is also said to be an angel of like wisdom and a master of knowledge. In Jewish mysticism, Uriel is the angel of Sunday, of poetry, and he's a patron of the arts. It might seem like weird to be both war and judgment and
art.
fire and brimstone and also art. There's actually a bunch of old gods and spirits in other religions and cultures that do both. Odin in Norse mythology, or Woden in like the Germanic version, is the god of wisdom, poetry, war, and victory. Freya, love, beauty, fertility, war, death.
Okay.
Athena in Greek mythology is wisdom, war, strategy, and weaving. Minerva in Roman mythology, or Minerva in Etruscan, it's like wisdom, art, war, health, medicine, music. They're kind of all wrapped in there. Ishtar, the Mesopotamian god, is love, beauty, sex, war, and justice. Pele in like Hawaiian mythology is like fire, lightning, dance, volcanoes, and violence.
And soccer.
Yeah.
We all know Pele was the god of
And
soccer.
Yeah. Yeah. And Maradona is the god of cheating.
God, you love that hot take.
It's not a hot take. He fucking cheated.
It's very funny.
Yeah, of course, Martian mythology.
Oh my.
Cronmere, god
Of
of fire,
course.
war, art.
Of course. Wow, I guess they're synonymous.
Listen to the Dr. DC podcast. Yeah, and I think I'm about done. I'm pretty much fed up with talking about Uriel.
Whoa! That was all such like interesting and new information.
Hey, Fuck you.
What I love is how like you don't hold a grudge and you're not petty.
Sorry, you think this is just a petty grudge that you didn't deeply wound me?
Well, I'll deeply wound you.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh, I'll deeply wound you.
Oh no, Elmer, no.
Zip.
I'm hunting for wabbits.
Let's just say I'm not going to pull a wabbit out of this hat.
I'm gonna turn the whites out.
I've got enough of Wi-Fi I could use.
Oh no.
So now it's sex criminal Elmer
Oh
Fudd.
no, Elmer, no.
I hear somebody's been killing angels.
Oh my God, was it Elmer? Holy shit. Well, with that, we jump into today's episode.
Do you know what? Just
Oh my God.
fuck it. Don't even bother. Just cut out what I just did. Just play your stupid fucking clip from the last episode.
Maybe I will. I wouldn't do that kind of that much work.
That's a lot of work.
Fuck that.
Because I'm not going to tell you what episode it was.
I know which one it was.
Do you?
It's the Halloween one.
Fuck. Oh, yeah, you're right. I said it already.
Yeah. I wouldn't have known, but you said it already. And God knows I won't forget from now until when I edit this. Hell yeah. Oh no.
Oh, no.
We begin with the then. We get shots of Alastair, some Lilith.
Yeah.
We get introductions of Uriel and Castiel. A whole bunch of Sam's power.
Yeah. Get ready. We're about to get a Uriel infection.
Drink some cranberry juice because you've got a
You got
Uriel.
a Uriel tract infection.
And the final is some discussion on Pamela.
Yeah.
Pamela!
Yeah. Because she
You are dead
just
'cause
fucking
you just died. Pamela!
died ugly, Mercutio style.
That's right. Wow. Yeah. It's unfortunate. It was a sad moment.
You said that surprised, but we talked specifically about that last
I know, but that wasn't my initial reaction.
Right.
I was like, "Oh, that's a good point," and then I was like, "Oh yeah, it came up before." That's how my brain works, man.
A plague on both your houses.
There it is. Okay, I knew something was coming.
You've made worms meat of me.
Woe me oh, woe me oh.
I see Queen Mab have been with you.
Who is this for? I mean,
I listened to a Supernatural podcast where Elmer Fudd was quoting Romeo and Juliet.
and is also like problematic.
Yeah.
It's a complicated character. Well, that brings us to the now. We begin with Castiel arriving at a parking lot where the cars have been overturned and car alarms are blaring.
Yeah. And he uses the canonical angel power of turn off car alarms.
Yeah.
And low.
It was weird because for the first like billion years, it was really not.
They were like, do you think this is ever going to come in handy?
I don't even know what a car is.
And then they were like, oh man, this Henry Ford guy, he's finally going to let us do this.
Oh my God, holy shit.
Yeah. It's happening. Guys, get over here.
Get over here.
Oh,
Get over you.
get over here.
What are we even doing?
Yeah, no, Castiel.
He silences them with a gesture. And goes to the center of the chaos, where a woman in white is resting, a sword wound in her sternum.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Not a lot of like, it's not like overly bloody. Like
No.
it's a little bloody, but it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like pools of it or
No.
whatever. But there's a cool shot of like the cops are showing up in that Castiel
Yeah.
disappears, and the camera is like panning up, and lights are kind of going around and
Mm-hmm.
in and out. You think you see something, you don't. When the camera's finally like way up, the like lights kind of flood where the body is, and you see also the kind
the
of
wings.
but like a char mark
Yeah.
of the wings out from where the body is.
It's a really
This
cool
angel
effect.
is dead, and it's like the wings have like scorched the earth as it
Yeah,
happened, kind of thing.
it's a really cool effect.
it's cool as shit. Yeah.
This is also the very first death of an angel on the show.
Oh yeah. It's the death of an angel. My sword's in
there it is.
the next room.
I'm gonna put it in you.
I guess we never will. We moved on.
What? How? What? What's the connection?
It's really good to hear your voice.
What? Because I'm gonna kill an angel.
The whips of a rabbit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did Elmer fuck a rabbit?
Managed to circle back to pervert Elmer.
Yeah, there he goes.
Man, this episode is off the rails.
This is also the.
Do you know what? I think it's because I didn't get to just come in with
Jesus
like a
Christ.
fun
All right.
energy and do the thing I'm supposed to
Remember
do.
how great of an episode it was when you spent the entire time complaining about this last time?
It actually kind of was a good episode.
Oh. Then continue. Who am I to stop content?
That's right. We all answer to a higher power here.
This is also the only time we'll ever see an angel in a dress. Yeah.
That can't be true.
It's 100% true.
I guess we must see one in a skirt or something.
Maybe. But never a full dress.
Huh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because mostly it's all business attire usually.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Well, there you go, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, shit. What about the... Here, you have to bleep this bit.
I'm not going to.
What about...
Oh, yeah, no.
Well, shit.
Yeah, I know. Bonkers.
Crazy.
That's the cold open for this episode.
And it's cold.
Cold is dead.
Yeah!
The worst intro to one of those. Looks like they're cold.
Cold as dead.
Dead.
That was during the writer's strike.
Yeah. Yeah, he actually improv that line, but what are we going to do?
Hey, he's David Caruso.
Yeah, that's right. You're as cold as dead. Don't hit me in the head. Oh,
Nice.
no.
Nice. Wow, 32 minutes in already, huh?
Yeah, I did the rewrite on that.
I'm a Union Scout.
Yeah. I mean, he would be, right?
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit.
I actually don't have any tags for hunting.
Oh, no. I just do it for the bloodlust.
I strongly believe in Second Amendment rights.
Oh, no. I believe in my right to bear arms.
Me and a bunch of friends went to the Capitol on January 6th.
Oh, no.
We were trying to root out Antifa.
I'm hunting for AOC.
I took a shit on Nancy Pelosi's desk. Jesus Christ.
I got my bison hat.
Let's go, Brandon.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
Hashtag not my president.
Yeah, sorry. So what happens in the second scene of the episode?
So we cut to Dean and Sam are driving through the night from Pamela's funeral.
A rare Sam driving.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Dean wakes up like,
Oh, I thought I was driving.
yeah. As Sam tells Dean that Ruby is going to meet them after tracking some leads. Dean says he doesn't care and is feeling guilty and becoming tired of losing all of their friends.
Well, yeah, he's like we dragged Pamela into it, and now she's fucking dead.
yeah, like I don't get. I don't have the bandwidth to care anymore about your.
He's
fucking
like,
shit.
I'm not gonna fight about Ruby being a demon and shit like that. I'm
just too tired.
Yeah.
And Sam tells him to not get tired but get angry.
Yeah. Good advice.
Yeah, thanks, man. They check into their
I'm too tired. Don't get tired.
Yeah.
Well,
too late. They check into a motel and find Uriel and Castiel waiting for them.
yeah.
I wonder how long they were there.
Yeah.
Castiel's just like on the bed, like.
I could have sworn they should be here by now.
Yeah.
I need another quarter.
Yeah. That must happen at some point.
Yeah.
Dean.
Are we pitching a buddy cop spin-off of
my God.
Uriel and Castiel?
Is this that version of like Fast and the Furious with Dwayne the Rock
Of
Johnson?
Hobbs and
And,
Shaw? Supernatural presents Uriel and Castiel.
There's also weird like cybernetic like.
Also,
people,
they still fight a cyborg.
Yeah, still cyborgs.
Yeah.
Dean snaps at them by mentioning their friend and reminds Castiel of her.
Yeah.
This is the first time that Dean calls Castiel Cass to his face.
They haven't done that
No,
already?
they've talked about him to like.
And you use and said Cass,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
he hasn't called him.
Yeah, he's never to his face, Cass. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, they're like, do you remember him, Cat? Do you remember her, Cass? The one you burned her eyes out and then she just died?
Yeah. Fun times.
Yeah, it's great. Thanks. But it's interesting.
Well, and then Uriel has some sort of like, you watch your tone with me. And Dean's like, how about you watch your tone with me?
And Castiel tries to express sympathy to like break up the whole thing, but Uriel puts him in his place.
The power dynamic is different. Because when we met them, Cass is in charge. Uriel works for Cass.
Uriel is like in the background.
Yeah.
Now Castiel's in
Uriel
the
is
back.
kind of like shooting a look, and Cass kind of like shuts up and turns
Yeah.
away. Something has happened.
Kind of hot. Uriel then informs the brothers that 7 angels have been killed, and they don't know how the demons are doing it.
Yeah. And I got City Hall breathing down my neck.
Getting too old for this shit.
I gotta catch this goddamn killer.
Sam and Dean, your badge and your gun. They want Dean to interrogate Alastair as their captive.
Yeah. Uriel basically says, somehow, you're the best interrogator we've got.
Yeah, because Dean's like, you guys...
Because he's like, you learn from the best. Like, we have the torture master of hell.
Yeah.
We figured we'll get a student.
Yeah.
He's not talking to us.
Yeah, and we are not equipped to torture somebody from hell. Like,
Yeah.
that's not something that angels do, right? So,
Although, we'll get to it.
yeah.
There's a lot I like about this episode. I certainly like the position that it puts Dean in about, like, very literally confronting what he was meant to do in hell.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I think what he's doing is something like an angel couldn't have figured out. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
and angels we've already seen angels at least be callous. You know, like,
I think that, but there's a
you know,
long...
I know, but like, you know, we've seen how Uriel even thinks of humanity. Like, Uriel couldn't have mustered up the torture. You know what I mean? Like, I like the setup of this episode, so it doesn't bug me that much. But when you like take a step back, you go like, really? That they couldn't figure this out?
Sure, yeah, I guess.
For all the like efficacy of what Dean does, it's just kind of funny.
I think it's a little messy for angels. They typically are more like about smiting and less about like long, prolonged torture. Yeah.
Sure, yeah. Oh, yeah, because they could just kill him.
Yeah,
but
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But the angels then disappear with Dean, leaving Sam behind.
Yes.
They just like, we don't even see them grab him. Because Uriel's like, because Dean's like, I don't want to do this.
It is an effect I like in this show where the camera cuts to something
Yeah.
and you hear a
Yeah.
and it cuts back and they're gone.
But it was interesting, yeah, because Dean's like, I'm not going to do this. And Uriel's like, oh, like, you thought we were asking you?
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember ever asking.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's even more pleading than that. I think Dean says, like, you can't ask me to do this.
Yes.
And he's like, nobody said anything about asking.
Yeah, it's a pretty good moment.
Yeah.
Castiel shows Dean Alastair bound within a devil's trap in an empty warehouse.
Yeah.
Dean tries to leave, but Uriel blocks him. Castiel says they have no choice but to ask.
Dean is still, like, back talking Uriel. And there's a good moment where Uriel's like, you just don't quit. I'm starting to like you, boy.
Yes.
It's like, it's good moment.
It is a really good Uriel. Like, Uriel finally, like, off the leash. I like.
Yeah, I mean, you could say this is a good Uriel episode, a place where it would make the most sense to talk about him.
Or when he first shows up. Who knows? Hard to say. Castiel says there's no choice but to ask, and Dean asks to speak to Castiel alone.
Yeah.
Uriel leaves after being amused with Dean's defiance, as Castiel warns that his superiors are beginning to doubt him because of his sympathies towards humans, which is so funny because, like, I think
He's barely shown sympathy.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, the version of Castiel that I think, like, people who've watched the rest of the show can think of,
Yeah.
it's like, sure. But
Yeah.
this version, I'm like,
But I think that shows how much the angels are meant to be, like, in line.
Yeah.
Right? And we talked about it before, like, even, like, canonically,
Yeah.
angels are meant to basically just serve the will of God. The gift of humanity is free will.
it's,
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
that's the thing we have, they don't.
Yes.
You know? So there is something kind of interesting there, that even just those subtle moments of, like, I guess we'll let Dean do it his way. And they're like, what the fuck? He's gone rogue. They're like,
So I think my guess is, I mean, look, when Castiel first shows up, I'm sure it launched 1,000 ships, for sure.
are you about to say what I'm about to say?
Yes.
This is the episode that must have started.
Destiel.
I was thinking that when I was watching this, because Castiel is like,
I would give anything.
He's for what it's worth. I would give anything for you not to have to do this. And I was like, oh, well, this is
Yeah,
it. I was
right?
watching
Yes,
it at
okay.
home, and I was like, it's right now. This is the moment.
Yeah, Castiel goes, I would do anything not to have to do this.
Anything.
Okay, what the fuck?
I'm here too.
First, they asked me to get the information out of Alastair.
I sucked as
He's
much
a-
as I could.
He's a wascally demon.
But yeah, it's a very interesting Castiel Dean moment.
Because Dean is like, if I do this, you might not like the guy that walks back out of that
Yeah.
room, but like you can't do this. And Castiel's just like, I'm really sorry, but
if I go inside there, who knows what's gonna come out.
oh, go on.
I dare you.
Yeah, it is a good moment. You know, if it's funny, the thing you bring up is true, that like what sympathies.
Yeah.
But then this scene is like maybe the most we get it so far.
Yeah,
So
this
like,
is
it's like kind of like almost in reverse. 'cause
cart
it's
before the
like,
horse, yeah.
Yeah, like the angels are like, he has too much sympathy, and then we're showing it, and then we're like, oh fuck. I mean, they've hinted at it. There's, you know, and Misha plays Castiel so well that like it's been behind his eyes
Yeah.
for a few episodes.
So much
now,
has been.
you know, but now, yeah, that scene 100%. I'm so glad you brought that up, because I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
I was like, this is exactly where it happened.
Yes. I do like the idea that maybe like in heaven he's like got a notebook that says like Castiel plus Dean or something, that like
Yeah.
that's why. Like, sure, we didn't see it on the episode, but like behind the scenes he's like
7
pining.
angels have been murdered and carved into each of their corpses.
Yeah, D plus
C
C
plus D.
This is very funny. Dean goes into the chamber alone.
Yeah, he wheels in a big fucking utility cart of torture tools.
And this is where Alastair starts
Yeah.
singing.
Heaven, I'm in heaven. If I could hardly
Listen,
speak.
it's not like subtle. I wouldn't even say it's like nuanced writing, but I love just demons being like, oh, angels captured me. Like, I'll sing a song about heaven, and there's nothing you can do to me.
I fucking love this performance.
And he plays it so well. He's so good.
This might be one of the best performances we've gotten on this show so far.
I will throw the hot take out there that I think Alastair might be top 5 demons ever.
Yeah.
On Supernatural.
Totally.
Just performance wise, like not power or anything
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
but just like being captivating on screen and fascinating to watch and stuff like that. Easy top 5 demons in all 15 seasons.
Totally. This actor, Christopher, what is it?
Hayed something. Yeah.
Heyerdahl.
Yeah.
I think this is a large part of it being him.
Yeah.
Because after watching him, if you haven't yet, watch him watch the Peacemaker
watch
TV show.
Peacemaker, yeah.
His performance on this, the fact that he got 2 separate episodes with blooper reels of him, proves that like it's him.
Yeah.
Like he might be crazy, and I love
He's
it.
incredible.
He clearly just like has that string in him of being really weird and like kind of crazy.
I think he goes deep and he doesn't like deny an impulse, you know,
No.
which I think, especially on TV, you don't necessarily always get the leeway to do that because the
Yeah.
timelines are so tight and things like that. But he clearly just goes in and makes strong choices and like doesn't shy away from them. And it's, you know, not that it was his choice to sing this song, but the way, like when he smiles and what he does, like
his choices of words in this, it's an incredible performance. Like the way that
and
it's
again,
a
that's
roller
probably-
coaster
That's
ride.
probably the script, but
the way he says
yes,
it's a roller coaster ride. Like watching every word is like chosen so carefully.
and it's all pretty sincere.
Yeah.
Him being mocking, him being terrified.
Yeah.
Like we get all shades of Alastair in this, and it's really something.
But also to combat that, the like microscopic acting that Jensen is doing here.
I think that we've probably talked about before, but Jensen is great at like that, like twitch acting.
Yeah.
He's pretty stoic, and then just a little muscle twitch, and you go like, "Oh my god, he's about to break."
But even
you
just,
know what I mean?
Like his
he's
small choices here, like as he brings in this cart, his like acting like a practitioner, where he just like he like sees the cart of stuff that he probably asked for, and then he just starts like arranging it, like as if it's like a chef in his like mise en place. Like
but we're also getting, you know, that idea that like if Alastair is like the torture master and Dean was essentially his student, it's like it's just like this is the way you you know. Torture isn't just like a go and hurt someone thing. It's an art form.
Yeah.
And to be prepared for art, you got to lay out your brushes.
Yes.
You have to have your paints ready. You wait for the canvas to reveal itself.
Yeah,
And,
like it's-
there's like that kind of energy to it, which is pretty scary.
if it was on any other show, you wouldn't have gotten that. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like the level of performance that he's giving here, and that
Because it's like serial killer shit.
Yeah.
Like that kind of meticulousness
Yes.
is usually reserved for like it's Hannibal.
Yeah.
Or like, you know what I mean? Like, so I think that it's also like a good subtle way, not only to show that Dean has the skills the angels purport
Totally.
him to have, but also to show that like it's not just the skills that he has. It's like the resolve,
Yeah.
the stoicism. Like that's what hell did to him. And that's even scarier.
yeah.
Yeah.
Alastair laughs and wonders if Dean is scared. That's a good. That's very funny. Dean denies, and Alastair points out Dean left part of himself back in the pit.
Yeah, he says like you don't have it in you, whatever.
Yeah.
He's like you're gonna have to get real creative to get anything out of me.
Yeah,
and Dean is like, do you know that
He's like-
in hell I could dream?
Yeah.
And this is what I dreamt of every day. And I've got some ideas. And he fills a syringe with holy water, and he's like, let's get started. And he kind of like has like a
But there's an interesting thing too, which is that he suggests that Dean might want to get revenge, if not for how Alastair tortured Dean, then for everything he did to Dean's father, John Winchester.
This is pretty fucked up. He goes on this thing about John, where he says like,
I must have tortured him for 100 years.
It was 100 years.
you know that
yeah.
like we talked about the time displacement thing.
yes,
of
yeah,
hell
because
a
it
little
was
bit.
Dean. It was 30.
Yeah, Dean was there for 40 years, and he said after 30 he broke.
Yeah,
But he says, John, it was 100 years, he never broke.
Yeah.
And
He became a legend.
And Alastair says, it was supposed to be him. Oh, maybe that's later. But
that's later. But
yeah.
he's like,
He's basically saying, like, you're such a fucking disappointment.
yeah,
He's like, John is a legend. When you came down, I was like, fuck, no luck for the old torture guy.
The line-
But you turned out to be so fucking easy.
like the thing about John where he's like, stuff that like heroes are made of.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, it's like all of the exact right things to get under
All of
Dean's
the things
skin.
Dean wishes he could be or wanted to be for his dad.
Yeah, like-
but again, this is why Alastair is so formidable. It's why he's good at torture. It's not because he's like a great knife guy. It's because he knows the pain points, and there's emotional ones and physical ones. I actually think it's later in the episode he says, torture just doesn't feel the same up here. Everything's just too concrete.
Yeah.
And you get the sense that it's like, whatever you perceive it as, if him picking up tools or something in hell, it's like he's like torturing you like metaphysically.
Yes.
Like the idea of like mutilating someone's body is like kind of basic.
Yeah.
Because the sort of torture he can inflict in hell is so much deeper. And that's kind of what you get in comments like that.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's crazy. As this is happening, Ruby arrives at the motel and doesn't see the problem. But Sam warns that Dean can't get the job done. He's not strong enough anymore. But Sam says he'll be strong enough to do it.
Yeah. Is this the scene, or
no,
is that
it's the next one. So then we cut back to Alastair and Dean. Alastair continues by stating that he expected Dean to have a similar will, but mocks him for not being strong enough like his father. Annoyed, Dean tells him that, yeah, he could still dream, and he dreamed of torturing him. Does the syringe of holy water.
And then we like cut out to Cass in the other room. We just hear like, like, or sorry, wait.
Yeah. You sounded like Waluigi there or something. Yeah. But then
I'll never tell.
Yeah. At the motel, Ruby then conducts a tracking spell to locate Dean.
Yeah, I like the design, like the effect design of this spell, where it's like there's candles out. She has an invocation. There's a map on the table. She lights the edges of the map, and it kind of burns until the only stuff that's not burned is where they are. Like I like the look of it.
This actually is, and we get a bit more of it. This is probably the second best I've seen her act as Ruby.
Yeah, I would say so. It's
actually a pretty
because
decent
she
performance.
actually has a few things to play.
Totally.
And I think that goes a long way.
Yeah,
obviously. Yes, I would agree with that.
The spell that Ruby uses to locate Dean is word for word the exact same spell that Bobby uses in the episode 316 Supernatural No Rest for the Wicked to locate Lilith. The differences between their rituals is that Ruby uses fire to burn away the part of the map, whereas Bobby uses a pendulum, but it's exactly the same concept.
Yeah.
So I like that it's like the same thing, but it's like a different tool for
like
it.
variable kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I really like that.
But the effect of the map like burning, except for the one thing, like it looks good,
especially when she's like out and it like stops.
Yeah,
it's fucking.
Yeah, it looks great. Good effect.
Because it's always like, oh yeah, she's a witch too. I always forget that.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, she was a witch and is a demon.
Yeah,
yes,
totally.
Yeah.
Then Sam says,
"I need it."
He needs it.
Oh yeah,
it's been weeks. It hurts if you wait too long.
You know, it's actually not good for me if
I get backed up.
It's like a medical issue.
I could end up in the hospital. You're hurting me.
Jesus Christ.
Ruby tells him it'll be okay. Then she climbs on top of him, cuts her
Let
arm.
me just say, they still have that chemistry.
I mean, 100%. And probably by now they are dating.
Oh, yeah.
It's blazing hot in that room.
Yeah, fun fact, they had to cut out a complete unsimulated sex scene from this episode.
Yeah. The director had to say out.
Everybody get out, get out.
The same way that she turned the fire off on the map. It was just too hot. Ruby tells him it'll be okay, then cuts herself on the arm, shows the arm to Sam, and he fucking mows down.
Yeah. Sucking on, demon arm.
Inside the motel.
Ruby's sitting on Sammy's lap.
His hands.
He's got his mouth on her blood.
Her arms are between her knees.
No,
and his mouth
never.
is there.
I lost it.
This is the first time we see Sam drinking Ruby's blood.
It's the first time we figure out what it is he's been doing. Because it's either this episode, or maybe it's this episode and a previous one where he goes it's not the
using
psychic,
the powers.
It's not the psychic thing I have a problem with. And you go,
she's like,
what's his problem?
She's like, I know the thing. Yeah.
So this is the first time we see that's how he's been juicing his power.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there was that difference between like the one time they met Alastair and maybe the next time or whatever. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. But he also looks like He's got like Rougarou eyes here. It's
Yeah.
like, she's a big old like
Juicy steak.
yeah, like in a Looney Tunes cartoon where you're out in the desert for too long.
Yeah, she's like a tray of raw beef because apparently that's something that looks good to eat.
Listen, hey,
Ooh, just looks so good. It's so red and
you know what? Fuck you.
we then cut back to Dean.
I also like
Oh no.
I like drinking blood.
I like oh no.
Fresh from a rabbit.
I love a blood orgy. We then cut back to Dean.
I did pick a side back in the 1990s. I was a blood.
No. Oh, not a quip. Oh no. West Side for life.
The idea Elmer Fudd is like involved in all sorts of like
Is this Forrest Gump but with Elmer Fudd?
and very controversial.
I mean, yes.
January 6th.
Yeah, but also
Bloods of the
Crips. Yeah. Blood orgies.
Yeah.
I was there. Hong Hong.
I was actually stationed at Pearl Harbor.
You can't take my freedom.
Oh God. He would be.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially our version. Yeah,
Well,
fuck
yeah.
Elmer Fudd.
All versions, yeah. Cancel Elmer Fudd.
Yeah.
He's pro-gun. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
he's...
I was driving to Ottawa.
I have a medical exception.
Yeah. It's a violation of my charter rights to wear a mask.
We're working through some stuff. Clearly, this is how
Yeah.
it's manifesting.
I'm really close to John Winchester.
Oh no.
Remember?
That's true.
Canonically.
Oh, that's true. Oh no.
Dean, we cut to Dean, and he's coating the knife, the demon-killing knife, with holy water.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be working. The knife looks relatively hydrophobic.
Yeah.
A lot of beating.
Yes.
Like, great for the knife. Bad for whatever Dean's trying to do with it.
Alastair calls Dean Grasshopper.
Yeah.
Which is a reference to from Kung Fu from 1972, where the Shaolin master Po nicknames his student Grasshopper. This term has come to refer to one who is a novice or a student or disciple, as Dean had been to Alastair.
That's right.
Alastair asks if the torture will give him closure. Dean plunges the knife into Alastair.
I like the sizzle of the holy
Yeah.
water as he does it too. It's
Totally.
very good.
But the demon still boasts of how he changed Dean, and there's no going back.
Yeah.
Dean admits he's right, but now it's his turn. While Dean is torturing him, Alastair remarks, it's your professionalism that I respect.
Oh yeah. This is the pot of 1,000 voices.
This is the same line used in Little Shop of Horrors, spoken by the dental patient in response to the sadistic dentist who is trying to cause him pain.
Oh
Yeah. However, the dentist didn't know that the patient was a masochist who was enjoying what the dentist was doing. By referencing this, Alastair may have been trying to indicate that Dean's torture attempts have not had the desired result.
Dean, famously big musical theater guy.
I mean,
I am your dentist.
God, I hope I get it. I hope I get this information.
Always a chorus line with you.
How many tortures does he need?
How many knives? How many salts?
Oh God, we need this information.
Wow. Dark. A chorus lineup.
Oh my God.
We'd like to see number 4.
He's unaware that as he's torturing, a water valve is moving by itself nearby and dripping onto the devil's trap.
Yeah, like a nozzle opens
Yeah.
and then like a bolt loosens on
Yeah.
where pipes together.
Pipe go together.
Where pipe meets
You're doing the
loosen-
hand movements for me, I guess. but it's not helping. It's making you look much worse.
Where, how a pipe.
I'm coming back around.
You know how a pipe does?
Oh, I do.
Who first did a pipe?
This is literally just for me. Who first did a pipe? There's a podcast, I can't remember what it's called, that I was advertised to the other day, where it's people just send in like the really random questions that just like come into their mind.
Right.
And all I want to do is send them who first did a rice.
That would be amazing.
Outside, Castiel sees the lights flickering and realizes that Anna has arrived.
Yeah.
She's
back.
she created a duplicate of her human body, feeling a bit sentimental.
Yeah, because she was like obliterated or whatever, but she said she called in old favors.
Yeah.
We got all the finest beef.
Oh my!
And made this
grade A meat.
Grade A. We had to take it from a Rougarou.
Yeah. Oh,
he did not like it.
No. We gave him some red meat, and everybody loves that.
Yeah, a normal thing for people to like.
Ground red meat.
You know how much these mud monkeys love that red meat.
You can't say that. Castiel warns that he still has orders to kill her, but she's pretty sure he won't do that.
Yeah, and she's right.
Although she's like, something tells me that you're not going to kill this fine ass.
This meat?
Yeah. This meat cute we're having here.
Oh.
Yeah. She asks why they're letting Dean do this and questions if torturing is God's work. Because he's just like, well, this is the word of God. And she's like...
And she kind of says, like, maybe he's not the one giving the orders.
Yeah,
anymore.
how do you know? Like, you've never seen him give orders.
Yeah.
Like, Anna points out that he's feeling doubt and insists the orders are wrong. She suggests that they can act together, but he insists that he's nothing like her. She like puts her hand on him, and he's like, "No, I don't like you.
And
I like Dean."
That snaps him right.
Yeah. Ew.
It's like, you weren't here earlier, but I said I would do anything to get him out of that.
But I won't
not
do that.
This. Not this.
I would do anything for Dean, but I won't do that.
Hey, it works for this show.
I know, it's kind of perfect. That's how we start the episodes.
Maybe
from
that's
now
why
on.
I like this show so much.
Holy shit, it's just the engine
I
revving.
think that's probably just it.
Yeah, that's fine. I won't change it. She suggests they can act together, but he insists that he's nothing like her. He tells her to go, and she disappears.
Yeah.
Alastair still refuses to give the angel killer's name. He explains that Lilith had a particular reason to get Dean, but Dean shuts him up by pouring salt in his mouth.
It's so fucked up.
What a crazy moment.
It's
Yeah.
good, though.
It is. It's really like visceral. Like it.
And again, the way this guy playing Alastair sells it too, like,
Oh yeah.
very like eye expressive, like
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's his mouth's full of the white stuff, and Dean did it.
Oh no.
As Sam drives through the night, Alastair explains that John was supposed to bring it on.
Yeah.
Bring it on too.
Yeah, bring it on her.
Oh.
Yeah, they were like, we were gonna make like
John was supposed to be the one to break the seal, which is what we find out later.
Yeah, this is what we find out, I guess, in this episode.
Yeah.
Is that
this what happened to Dean, but coming
Dean,
off the rack.
Dean breaking and agreeing to torture is the first seal. It kicks off the whole apocalypse thing that's been happening.
I mean, the reality is
they were going to do it with John.
It would have happened, I think, with something else.
Here's the thing. I've been thinking about this. I'm jumping around a bit, but the prophecy thing is the righteous man who sheds blood in hell.
Yes.
That's the first seal.
Yeah.
So you have to be righteous
Yeah.
in hell
Yeah.
and then cave.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So 3 things have to happen there. Because at first I was like, so many people would cave in hell. And then I was like, oh, but they're not righteous.
Yes.
But then I was like, John is not the first guy to make a devil's bargain for a good cause.
Yeah.
So someone else righteous must be in hell. So it's kind of funny that they're like, nope, it was Dean. Dean did it.
But this goes back to my theory from the other day, which is that like maybe seals were breaking all the time, but nobody's doing anything about it, right? You're not breaking other seals. Like maybe seals.
But this one has to be the first. You know what I mean? Like,
does it have to? Is that what they say? It has to be
because that's the first seal. That's the one that kicks it off.
But that's what I mean. Maybe
so that, like, my point is, like, let's say we go back to the Samhain episode because I'm thinking about it for no reason.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
No. You're right.
if they raised Samhain any other time, I don't think it would function as breaking a seal. They would just raise him and whatever bad stuff
Do you think?
would happen, but it wouldn't affect like the freeing of Lucifer because it happens because they wouldn't have done the first seal.
Do they say in this
Like,
episode like that has to happen first?
They say it's the first seal. It starts the thing because then the other prophecy is like he who starts it ends it.
He who smells
smelt
it
dealt it. Right? So I think that to me, the way I read that
Sure.
implies that
This was
at any time any of these seals could quote unquote be broken, but they don't actually function as breaking Lucifer's cage unless they happen in this very specific context where a first seal is broken and now now it's apocalypse mode. We're going for these things.
Sure. Okay.
That's my take on it.
Interesting. Yeah, because I didn't know if they actually said that like this. Like they said this is the first seal, but I didn't know if it had to be the first seal.
And who knows? Maybe it doesn't, but that's the way I've always kind of felt about it.
Sure.
And I can't remember anything that specifically contradicts
Sure.
that.
Yeah. Fair. Let us know if
But yeah, this is more like digs at Dean because he's like, we were going to do this with John, but that man just won't give up.
God, he is such a good hunter.
Lucky for us.
Yeah, he's such a great hunter. He's a hero.
I'd argue he's a pretty cool dad.
Yeah, yeah. He gives you weed and like says just like as long as it's in my house.
Stay in the hotel for like 3 weeks and eat a bunch of Slim Jims.
Yeah, as long as it's under my roof, you kids can do whatever you want. He's a cool dad.
Yeah, he really is. He knows what's going on.
He describes how the first person Dean tortured was the first seal, and when he broke, it broke. Alastair points out that when they summon the apocalypse, it'll be Dean's fault. Alastair focuses on the water pipe as it continues to drip on the seal. Dean figures that Alastair is telling the truth, but warns he won't be there to see it. And he turns around to kill Alastair, and Alastair's free.
I mean, listen. Come on, angels. Chalk.
I know.
You couldn't paint the fucking devil's trap. Like water and chalk and shit. People are walking to and fro across it. Like this was going to happen whether or not there was intervention.
But I wonder who drew the lines.
It was like we used angel chalk.
Yeah.
I thought it was fine.
Angel chalk.
It sounds like a street drug.
Oh my god, yeah,
I need 3 grams of angel chalk.
It's like angel dust but thicker.
Yeah. Worse.
When he turns, Alastair is free and attacks Dean.
Yeah.
The demon hits him repeatedly until Castiel arrives. And it's like, not my man.
Yeah.
Plunging the demon knife into his shoulder.
Yeah, and Alastair has like that was pretty close.
Yeah.
He almost got me.
Oh, you see.
I like this little move that Castiel does where like Alastair's backed up and he has the knife in his shoulder and casts like telekinesis, like twists it.
Yeah.
There's some. It's a decent angel demon fight. Actually.
But Alastair manages to pull the knife out and lunges at the angel.
Yeah, I like this bit, and you maybe remember better than I do.
Sure.
I don't remember this ever coming up again.
Oh.
But I really liked it. He's like, I wish I knew how to kill you, angels, but it's not us. We're not doing it. And he goes, all I could do is send you back to heaven. And he starts like angel exercising.
Well, here's the thing. Yes.
He's like doing like an invocation. He's like exorcising Castiel from his body. And I can't remember if that happens again. I feel like it should, but I have no memory of it.
Not from a demon, that's for sure.
But they do. It doesn't happen?
I think it's a skill set that the boys eventually get.
I mean, again, it must be, but I couldn't think of it.
But the angel exorcism incantation that Alastair uses loosely translates to this. I invoke the power and authority of God. I invoke the power and authority of God. Worship earth, this angel in your service. Lord, reveal him. Lord, reveal him.
Here, remember way back when we were like, they really don't use that Christo thing again.
Yeah.
I mean, even though technically they think they do in a later season.
Yeah, I think we have a note about it later on.
Even though that does happen, this almost fully contradicts it. where it's like a demon is able to like speak the words of worship.
I mean,
of
he
God.
is a really powerful demon.
I know
yeah.
he is, but you know what I mean. Like it should. My
should
take is
pain
it should
him.
look like it should hurt him a little bit, but it's like worth it. You know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, totally.
because like as a demon to say worship God, but should cause something, right?
Totally. But
It's interesting though. It's like an interesting threat of like exercising an angel is kind of
Yeah.
yeah.
Castiel glows with white light, but suddenly Alastair chokes and falls back as Sam arrives, using his power to pin Alastair to the wall.
Yeah, and he goes like what are you gonna do? I'm gonna get away. Blah blah blah. You gonna send me back to hell? Oh,
Yeah.
boo hoo. And Sam says, "I'm stronger than that now. Now I can kill." And just like mind, like we get that same like effect that the knife does, like the shorting out kind of thing. And he just does it to Alastair. Again, this actor playing Alastair is selling the shit out of these like impossibly metaphysical things that are happening to him. It's
Absolutely
so
crazy.
good.
Right before he dies, he does admit that the demons are not killing the angels, and Lilith wouldn't stop at just 7 angels.
Yeah,
if that was the
he
case.
goes like, if it was us, we'd be killing hundreds, thousands.
Yeah, if we were able to kill them, yeah. But we killed. He destroys the demon once and for all.
It's great.
As Castiel stares at Sam in shock.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's a really good moment.
Yeah. Sam gets Dean to the hospital and sits at his bedside. Castiel meets him outside and tells Sam and Sam tells Cass to heal Dean.
Yeah.
Castiel apologizes, saying that the trap shouldn't have been broken. Sam insists that Alastair wasn't lying, and they need to figure out who or what is killing the angels.
Yeah.
Uriel is now in an empty park when Castiel arrives.
They're always in this park or a park.
Yes. Yeah. The fucking mud monkeys.
Oh no. Do you know what I was thinking about this?
Yeah.
And no spoilers, but I like that the park angel thing goes all the way back to here.
Oh yeah! Wow.
It must be deliberate.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Uriel says he's received revelation that they have to stop hunting the demons. Even Uriel realizes something is wrong in heaven, and they wonder who could be responsible. Castiel wonders if God is punishing them or if God isn't even giving the orders anymore.
Yeah.
Uriel disappears, saying he won't wait to be gutted.
Yeah.
That night, Castiel calls out Anna, and she comes.
Oh, wow, that was easy.
I know. He's good. He admits he's considering disobedience.
Ooh.
I'm
considering civil disobedience.
No one wants that. Civil disobedience?
Yeah, that's all this is, a peaceful protest on the steps of the Capitol.
No. And in Ottawa.
It wasn't us, it was Antifa.
Oh, no. Oh, then why do you have those zip ties?
Oh, I'm helping a friend move.
With zip ties?
Yup.
Yup.
Is there a problem, officer?
No, I'm not going to do it.
It must have been bad if you stopped.
Yep, you can imagine what it was. But she warns that it gets worse as he exerts his independence.
Yeah, she's like, you're gonna feel more bewildered and confused and off kilter and whatever. Just like these are like your first steps.
Yeah, but I've been a bad boy.
Oh. She's like, I don't know, man. I don't think we're after the same thing.
I'm being disobedient, Dean. I've been a bad boy.
Anna, you've been with Dean before. Can you give me any tips?
Yeah. Was it all from the car?
How can I make Destiel happen?
Yeah, was it the car? Is the car the thing that did it? I'm in their car a lot. I love that so much. He flinches when she touches him. No, I told you I'm not like that.
Yeah.
But Castiel begs her to tell him what to do. Just give me instructions.
But again, this is like angels aren't good at independence. And it comes up again, in the show. Like the idea of like even in asserting his independence, he's like, well, you're independent. Can you tell me how to do independence? It's like, no, that's like not how this works.
But I'm such a sub.
Jesus.
Tell me I'm a good boy. Anna refuses, telling him that it's time for him to think for himself. He looks at a nearby drinking fountain and sees a water valve.
Yeah. And he's like, Valve.
Yeah.
Essentially. And it would cut to him like looking at the crime scene.
Yeah, he's back at the warehouse and examining the water
It's the
valve.
most he's looked like Constantine to me. It's like him
Yeah.
kind of crouching and like there's like signs,
Yeah.
like sigils on the ground. And he's like, something happened here. Like,
Yeah.
it's a real, I got the vibe
Totally.
right there. Yeah.
Uriel arrives and asks if Castiel will fight with him.
Yeah. Well, and Castiel says like, it's interesting how, a leaky pipe undid the work of angels, huh?
No demon could have broken this trap.
Basically, the reveal here, Uriel's the one that's been killing angels.
Uriel says only angels can kill angels.
Yeah, and he produces, I believe for the first time,
That's
an
right.
angel blade.
This is the very first use of an angel blade, which in later episodes and season becomes the weapon of choice. But for killing angels and demons, Jensen Ackles revealed that it's actually his favorite prop on set.
Oh, yeah. Because it's got a great look. It's like a weird length. It's not like actually sword length. It's too long to be just like normal knife length. The handle on it is like long versus the length of the blade.
Yeah.
Like it just looks so unique. And I love things like that where it's like angels are nothing like us. Like these things are fucking basically alien.
Yeah, exactly.
So I love the idea that even though it's recognizably a blade, it's just like design wise so not
totally
like normal. It's a really, really great prop.
Super
and
effective.
how clean it is. It's like shiny, almost like
Yeah.
chrome. Like everything about it is. I mean, we see it for a second and a half in this episode. It is. I think it might be one of my favorite like artifacts.
Totally.
in the show.
Yeah, it's great.
I love it. I think it's so cool.
I really like it too. He explains that the plan was that Alastair was to have killed Dean and escaped. Uriel's plan is conversion, and he's angry that God created humans. He wants Castiel to join them so that they can raise their brother Lucifer, who never bowed to humanity.
Yeah, this Uriel's mud monkey thing coming full circle here.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Because he's like, remember how like beautiful our brother Lucifer was, how powerful.
Yeah.
He defended us.
Yeah.
It's like he refused to bow to humanity. And so we got to side with him. Like he was punished for that shit, but we're going to side with him. And
Totally.
Castiel's like, by murdering angels. And he's like, it's not murder. I only killed the ones who said no. So then you're like, oh, fuck, there's angels who said yes. So it's like, okay, so hang on. Demons are trying to raise Lucifer. Angels are dicks, but they're at least kind of fighting alongside us. And now you learn that's not even fully true.
Yeah.
It's like, well, shit. Like this apocalypse is going to happen,
Right? Yeah. Like there's nothing they can do.
It's not good.
The thing that we didn't even talk about too, which was during that scene when Ruby is letting Sam feed off of her.
Yeah.
Right before the scene cuts.
Right.
Ruby gives a look to the camera.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a little smile.
Like,
Again, this is the layers thing we were talking about.
Yeah.
Like why she's good in this episode.
Yeah.
Is she goes like, it's okay, Sam, it's okay. It's okay.
And then
She
gives like
kinda
a
has
smile. Like it's literally a smile at the end, like, haha, he's doing the bad thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
This is like, it is wrong.
Yeah.
Even though everyone is telling him it's wrong.
Now we know.
Yeah, now we know.
Yeah. I don't know. How could it be wrong if
Yeah.
it feels so white?
Oh, Elmer, no. That's not good. It's legal in this state. Oh,
I believe in limited government.
yeah. Oh, no. I believe in lowering the age of consent.
I believe we should close our borders.
Yeah.
America first.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Uriel tells...
Globalization was a mistake.
Yeah. Oh, no. global warming doesn't exist.
It's a hoax.
Yeah. It's also flat Earth. Just put it all on him. Stack it all on him.
It was me on the grassy knoll.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I had a magic bullet.
I believe it. It's Elmer Fudd.
Insane take on Elmer Fudd.
He was. That's really funny. Uriel tells him not to be afraid and that Castiel says he isn't, then slams Uriel through a wall.
Yeah.
The two fight, but Uriel...
Good fight, actually.
Yeah, but Uriel quickly gets the upper hand, insisting there is no God.
This is such a good... Like, Uriel is, like, punching Castiel.
Yeah.
He goes, there's no will, no wrath. There is no God.
It is
like an angel telling you there's no God. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's really good. And then we've talked about this. Supernatural found this effect, and they were like, we're doing this all the time.
If it's all stabs must be through
all
the
stabs
throat.
must fully bisect your throat. And yeah, Uriel gets stabbed through the fucking neck by Anna with an angel blade.
So you want to hear something crazy?
I would love to.
In this moment, in this episode,
Okay.
Castiel was supposed to be killed off.
What?
Yeah.
They were just going to...
Yeah.
What?
He was never supposed to last beyond this episode, but due to popularity, he remained alive. Isn't that
Holy shit.
crazy?
I mean, that's as crazy as the, like, Jesse Pinkman was going to die in the first season
Yeah,
of Breaking
yeah,
Bad kind
yeah.
of shit. Yeah.
But, like, Breaking Bad didn't go 15 seasons.
No, it sure didn't. But, like, holy shit.
Isn't that crazy?
Cass was going to die here?
Yep.
Wow.
Isn't that nuts? I know.
mean, it does feel a little bit like, oh, where did she come from? And
Yeah.
I guess it's because they were like, we got to tweak this.
Yes. It's crazy. Yeah. So Castiel lives.
Holy shit.
I know. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts.
Man, just think of how sad those alternate universes must be.
Right?
Yeah.
Dean.
Supernatural ended after season 5.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Ugh.
That was it.
I mean, that was a really great first 5 seasons, though.
Yeah, but they wouldn't even get some of the good stuff of
I know.
that.
I know. Just wait.
Yeah.
We've only just begun. Dean wakes up at the hospital to find Castiel at his side, sitting on the bed with him. Castiel tells him to be careful, then informs him that Uriel was a traitor. Yeah, we had a Uriel infection, and I got rid of it.
A Uriel tract infection.
Dean asks if Alastair spoke the truth, and Castiel confirms that Dean broke the first seal, and Castiel's got a second seal for him to break.
Jesus.
Oh, if you didn't think that you're getting...
Oops, did I do the wording wrong?
If you don't think the next 15 seasons are going to be us all doing these...
I mean, I apologize in advance, but think of it this way. It's better than right-wing Elmer Fudd.
Here's the thing. What would you rather? Destiel or Wincest?
I mean, there's got to be other
There's
options.
one or the other. We've been heading towards Wincest, and now
I
we're
don't make
pivoting.
the rules.
It's
And also, we have not. You have.
we're one.
Oh, my God.
No one can tell us we're wrong.
But yeah, I mean, this is actually like a very kind of emotionally charged scene because Dean's just like, I can't, like, I have to stop the apocalypse. Like, I failed in hell. I'm not strong enough.
Yeah.
I did lose a part of myself down there. Alastair's right. I can't. I'm tired. People die. Well, I can't do this.
And they're like, look, we laid siege to hell to stop him, but we were too late.
Yeah.
And we need you. You're the only one now who can finish it because it's a righteous man who begins it, but also a righteous man who has to finish it. So because you broke the first seal,
Righteous, not just any righteous.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
The one who breaks the first seal is the one that ends this.
Exactly. It's the only way. You have to do that. And Dean says he has no idea what that means. And Castiel admits that he doesn't either.
Yeah.
Dean says that he can't.
But I guess we'll figure that out together.
Also, I'm pretty sure he does know what it means based on what happens later.
Well, Oh,
yeah.
he does.
Yeah.
I'll never tell.
Dean says he can't do it. He's not strong enough. He tells Castiel to find someone else, and Castiel's like, there is no one else. Not for me.
You think I haven't tried? I can't quit you.
Yeah, he tried with me, and it didn't work.
He said we had political differences.
Fucking SJW.
Oh, are you triggered? Oh,
Title of my next comedy special.
That was the other thing from Vancouver. Man. One of our favorite riffs seems to be making people super right wing.
Yeah. Look, subscribe to the Dr. TC Patreon if you want to know about that.
Yeah, good Lord. Man.
That's the end of the episode.
That's the episode.
So, I have a few things to note at the end of this episode. So, one, we got to talk about Christopher. So, Jensen Ackles has remarked on a few occasions that the torture scene between he and Christopher Heyerdahl would have been difficult to film had both actors not trusted each other. Jensen has praised Christopher and has said that he is thankful for the chemistry they had as actors, allowing for them to come incredibly close during this face-to-face banter and allowing them to capture the very raw energy of the story.
Oh, totally. There's like face grabs and like, yeah, they're like right up in each other's business. It's obviously very... Yeah.
At an LA Supernatural convention in 2011, Jensen has praised the performance of Christopher Heyerdahl in this episode, saying that during the torture scene, Ackles kept thinking, wow, I'm being totally outacted here, which is like very different because usually my scene partner is
Could you imagine him saying that?
right next to
And
Jared.
Jared's just like, huh?
What? And he said,
I think I was in that episode.
the audience, he was like, I mean, wasn't he good? And the entire audience like breaks out into applause. I mean, this is like, I think canonically like known as an incredible performance. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and this guy is like one of those, like, you've seen him in stuff. He's a legendary, like character actor, kind of day players type. He's remarkable. He's great.
Absolutely. So with that, what is your review?
Oh man, it's funny. Like this episode, as I was watching it, there were like 4 points where I was like, okay, and here's the end. Like the pace of the episode isn't like a normal Supernatural episode. Like you'd think after the Alastair thing, and Sam kills him, and then we'd get like a shot in the hospital.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
and then we get Cass and Anna.
Yeah,
and then we also get Cass and Uriel.
Yeah.
And then we also get another back at the hospital.
I think Cass is just sort of like wandering around having conversations
like a real,
with
like,
people.
it's a real like Return of the King of itself.
Yeah, totally.
I don't think it's like a detriment. If anything, as I was watching it, I was like, man, we're getting like bonus episode.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't feel like the episode is long. It feels like I'm so glad I don't have to wait another week. Like, thank you. You know what I mean? Like there's something kind of like magic about how they deliver information and reveal things and pace that stuff out, and that's really cool. Obviously, like performance wise, it's Alastair, it's Jensen, and it's Cass in this. I mean, listen, other people too. Uriel is quite good in this. Ruby is good in this.
Yeah,
like there's good stuff happening all around, but really, it's Cass, it's Dean, and it's Alastair really holding it down. The torture stuff is, I mean, listen, we loved when they were like, they put salt in the shotgun shell. So like the syringe of holy water, like the torture usage of these things is like, I enjoyed the creativity of it. Even though I think an angel could have figured it out.
Yeah.
I like all of that stuff. Obviously there's a lot of like revelations happening in this episode.
Yeah.
Not only angels are also picking sides, which is terrifying and bad. We learned how you could kill an angel. Think back to when we first met Anna. They were like, there must be a way to kill an angel, and everyone goes like, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
And now we know.
Mm-hmm.
We, to see that there's something else behind Ruby's manipulation of Sam. That it is a manipulation, like that is. dark kind of nugget of information. This stuff about that, like the apocalypse started because Dean broke, and now because of that, it's also his responsibility to fix it.
Yeah.
Is like, and the fact that Dean is at a point where he's just like, Dean 4 episodes ago would be like, let's fix this.
Yeah.
And Dean now is just like, I
can't.
like,
Yeah.
there's a lot. It's like a heavy episode. There's no jokes really,
No.
other than like
Some
other
Alastair.
than Dean like back talking to Uriel or Alastair being kind of coy. Yeah, like all around great episode. I think I'm gonna give this 4.5 mud monkeys.
Oh God, never sounds right.
What do you mean?
I love this episode. This feels like the penultimate to the finale. Like this.
It does have that energy,
Like,
even though we are several episodes
I know.
from
Isn't that
yeah.
crazy? Like how much we're getting here. They tie up so many loose ends here. Like we finally find out what's going on with Sam and Ruby.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, kind of. We only find out that some. Well,
But that's-
yes. Part of the revelation is we learn how Sam has been juicing his.
but
powers.
also like that Ruby is probably is nefarious means, right? Like,
Well, yes, yeah.
That look
she
tells a
has
lot.
There's an angle. Yeah, something's
Yeah.
happening. Yeah.
we get Castiel like making this huge decision to basically go against God now and like choose free will of some sort.
Yeah.
Like that's huge. That's a big thing for this
If you're
show.
into freedom now, I have a
No,
convoy
no,
you
no,
might
no.
be interested in.
How do you feel about mandates?
You can't be pro freedom and pro mandate.
It's the same as a Holocaust.
Oh no, it's a new Nuremberg.
Yeah. We're just reading signs from that guy outside the government building here. Jesus Christ.
God.
The performance like back and forth between Christopher Hyder and like
Yeah.
Jensen Ackles is incredible.
Yeah.
I love this. Like, I mean, it feels like a bottle episode.
Here's the thing. This is so true of Supernatural.
Yeah.
You get these amazing performances, and they go like, "And you're dead."
Yeah.
Even with Uriel, you're like him being like, "There's no God," and you're like, "Uriel's the big bad."
the
and then
best.
you just fucking kill
Yeah,
him.
he's
Like,
gone.
He could be the big bad of the season,
Yeah.
and he's not.
He's
Supernatural is so fucking kill your darlings.
yeah. Which it just makes it better.
It
I
does.
think.
It really does.
This
yeah.
was a well acted Sam episode.
Yeah.
It's an incredible Ruby episode for once. Like everybody is like at their best, and it feels like there is no fat, and yet there's like a lot of stuff that happens at the same
Yeah.
time, and it also doesn't feel like it's too much for one episode. Like it feels like it's like, okay, and now we've dealt with this. Okay, also here are these things that happen.
Yeah, and I like that the episode acknowledges that it's like we don't need to drag mysteries out for the sake of dragging them out. We're at the point where we need some info, and then the journey will be what do we do with that?
Yeah,
And this episode really like is emblematic of that. They're like, we need info now,
Yeah.
and now we'll figure out what it means.
Totally.
And that's part of the drama.
I like this torture too because, like, unlike the Ruby torture, which felt like uncomfortable.
Yeah, which I mean, it was meant to, but that was
It's too much.
deeply disturbing. I think,
I would say too much. It felt a bitch like yeah, we're gonna kill this bitch now. It was glorifying, I think, before.
I agree.
This doesn't even like this could very well be revenge porn, but instead they take the route of going like he's been through so much and he has to do this and it hurts him to have to do this.
Well, yeah, I mean, in a sense, like Dean is kind of torturing himself.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that kind of shifts the lens of it, right? We're not enjoying this from any perspective.
No, exactly,
Yeah.
right? Like you can even when he says
It's legitimately hurting Alastair. You
Yeah.
see like fear and pain in his eyes.
when he
and stuff.
sees the syringe come out, he's just like, "Fuck, that is
and
creative."
it's also hurting Dean. Yeah, like it's torture for everyone.
You never
it's hurting
bel-
Cass to make him do like
Yeah.
everyone. It's hurting Sam
Yeah.
to think that Dean's not going to succeed. It's
Yeah.
hurting like everyone is hurting
Yeah.
because of this thing.
and like you never feel like fuck yeah when he does something. You're
Totally.
just like, oh god, yeah, this is terrible.
Yeah.
Like this is not great at
Yeah.
all.
It's
They-
very
they-
well executed.
They do such a good job. So I'm gonna give this. I think I'm gonna give this 5 out of 5 mouths of salt.
oh yeah.
just white and full.
Remember,
and,
don't turn around or your mouth will be full of salt. It's that early draft of the Bible.
I wrote it.
Remember, I'm canonically an Anglican.
Yeah. Also immortal? I was there.
I was there in 1066 when William the Conqueror invaded England.
Jesus Christ. Well, that is our review for this episode. But before we leave, we've got a note from a fellow hunter.
Very nice. All right.
Coming to us from Casey, who says, "Hey, love your podcast. Honestly, I will listen even with the new one starting."
Yeah.
Goddamn right.
Thank you.
With the actual people who play them. Yeah, I get it. But I have a thought, and I don't know even anybody else, if anybody else has noticed. Does it seem like most episodes take place in the Midwest? Also connected to Kansas and Sioux Falls area, which would make sense because it seems like that's where most cryptids seem to be from and are seen.
Oh, that's interesting.
Just a thought. Love the pod, and y'all, sincerely, listener from Georgia.
Oh, that's fun. I mean, listen, part of that is true, and I think part of that is also them recognize. I mean, I think your cryptid point is probably right.
Yeah.
That if there's already a preponderance of cryptids and ghost stories and stuff
Totally.
like that, it makes sense for them to hit those places. Like, canonically, it makes sense. But also, it's the like, film and TV studios have those like maps of like what areas look like what other areas. And as beautiful as it is, you are still limited in Vancouver and area to what you can replicate.
Totally.
And a thing you kind of don't replicate well is like
the southern
Florida.
State. Yeah, which
like,
they've done, but...
but like, I think they can pull it off in fits and starts, in little bits, or but I think that's part of why you see it, where it's like, we don't go to New York City.
Yeah.
There's a later thing where we do go to a city, but that is very clearly
Chicago,
like a change of filming style.
Very intentional.
Like that episode
we'll talk about
different.
Yeah.
So I think you're right. I mean, it's probably just that they're like, it's just generically.
But also because the whole concept of the show
could do
was
Pacific Northwest, obviously, and then you could do kind of like Midwest.
But also the whole concept of the show is based off of the whole Route 66 thing, right? So
and I guess maybe that vibe is strongest where there's small towns. You're not going to like Philadelphia, like the big, iconic or like super urban kind of environments.
Totally.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Casey.
Great point. Yeah,
absolutely.
Totally.
Well, if you want to keep this conversation going, why don't you subscribe to our Patreon so you can jump on our Discord?
Yeah, patreon.com/ghostfacers. It's only $1 a month, and it gives you access to Angel Radio,
That's
our
right.
fun Discord server, where I'm learning all sorts of like horrifying encounters people have had with like the supernatural and stuff like that.
I also love introducing people to Discord because there's a lot of people who are like, I've never even heard of this app, but I'm here so I can be on.
It's
chatting with everybody.
It's lots of fun. Yeah, we're having a good time, and help support us.
Totally. And if you want to send a message to us, much like Casey did, why don't you send us an email?
ghostfacerspodcast@gmail.com.
But we're also on all the other social media platforms. You can keep the chat going on there too.
That's right. At ghostfacerspod on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
And don't forget to subscribe so that you can get our episode automatically in your feed every week. And while you're there, why don't you give us a 5-star review like we did at the beginning of this episode? If it's not on the Apple Podcast app, you just take a screenshot and send it to us through one of those social media platforms or something like that. And we'll read it on the show on a future episode.
That's right.
And much like our lore horror army, which keeps growing, we've got more merch at ghostfacerspodcaststore.com.
Nice.
Lots of fun stuff on there. And if anybody has some ideas or things that you want, let me know and I will make it probably because I got nothing going on.
Just a sweater with the handprint.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Oh, come on, man. Please do it.
I gave you something that has that on your arm.
No.
What? Share it with the world. I'll put it on a shirt. How about that?
Yeah.
There. I'll put it just on the arm. Then you get what you want. Also, we've mentioned on the show a couple times today, what we've got another podcast.
That's right, the Dr. DC podcast. We talk about DC comics and superheroes and the Justice League and stuff like that. We talk about the lore of superheroes, and we answer listener questions. And you don't need to know anything about it. It's just a fun time over there, the way this is a fun time.
Yeah.
The way this should be a fun time. You're not eating my goddamn lunch.
Wait to see what I do on Dr. DC next week.
Oh, no. You answer all the questions?
I get the answers before you. That'd be very funny. All right, well, that is it for this week. Say goodbye, bitch. Jerk.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.